The ghost of the letters is still there, and it's the adhesive that was underneath the stickers. I'm rubbing on some paint thinners. Well, it's actually gun cleaner, this stuff, so it's toluene and xylene mix, and that seems to stop the sticky bits being sticky. And then what's left of the residue just scrapes up quite well. Yeah, I think that's working. That was a quick going over with some 180 grit sandpaper, and it's taken off the ghost of that lettering quite well. And there was some of the, originally this was a British Telecom box, so it had the Hermes messenger figure like that with a big trumpet. Well, some of that was showing, because whoever prepped this box to put on the network engineering logo did the absolute minimum they had to do. So I've smudged the edges of that as well. Yeah, I think that'll do. I think that's in the ballpark. So I'm going to jet wash it again, just because it's the quickest way I can think of to get rid of all that dust. It should dry fairly quick, and I can get a coat of etch primer.
And do that. Is that how it works? You don't talk much, do you?
Talk loads. Talk more than most people. It's all on camera.
Yeah.
There's evidence of my talking.
There is actually. I've heard you.
It's raining now.
Right. So I think that we were talking about possibly routing that pipe elsewhere.
Yeah, that can go down.
In which case we're able to mount this kind of stuff directly on the bulkhead, I would have thought. but we talked about maybe instead making a bracket that fitted into existing screw holes, which will give us a mounting position like that, which could mean actually that pipe could stay put. So I've come up with a scheme for operating the, for making a 12 volt system from the ZIL onto the 24 volt DAF electrical system, mostly using relays and things as an interface, along with a 10 amp dropper.
So another enclosure that we found in the DAF, this was in the back, wasn't it?
That was, yeah, for all the ancillary bits and pieces. We'd be able to lose a fair few relays in there.
I'm going to test these, see what's what. Okay, these are M6 holes. These are captive nuts in the bulkhead, and they originally held all the electrical equipment that came with the ZIL, the ignition stuff. Anyway, I'm going to use those to fix this plate, which I found. This came out the back of the telecoms box. I'm going to fix that there, something like that, and then the plastic box, which is going to have all the fuses and relays in, will mount to that. That way it will project it this far off of the bulkhead, which is what we need. And yeah, go with that. Right, so I've got to map out these holes next. Rather than measure the holes, because they're fairly random, I'm going to try and trace them. Probably a bit of paper. And use my blacksmith fingers. So we've got one hole there, one there, one there, one there, one there, and one there. That'll be plenty. So I put a bit of wood under the alley, pop that on, make sure it's squarish. See if it's going to work. Yes, that will fit. That's good.
And the other two fixings will be for the box. We'll use these, will we?
Yeah.
Cool. So I just have to kit it out with some relays. I'm just sort of trying to work out what's what now. Started just building this relay box. Not fantastically interesting, but this is going to eventually mate the 12 volt system from the ZIL up with my hastily scribbled diagram of the 24 volt system from the DAF. It'll sit there under the bonnet and hopefully save an awful lot of the headaches we were going to have otherwise of trying to convert the dashboard to 24 volts and everything else. We can keep the dash and all the ZIL stuff running at 12. This will interface to all the 24, and it should be fairly easy to fault find and diagnose if we get any problems with it.
Show us the Soviet wiring diagram.
Yeah, the Soviet wiring diagram that we've had to go. This is the best quality version of it we could find, and it's not actually that easy to follow. It gives you a rough idea, but there's going to be a lot of messing around under the bonnet with multimeters and things to make that work. The only direction I've had is not to look like a twat.
Well, go on then.
I was trying.
Get on with it. Pull it all towards you. we've had to start tarping the cab because we've got a bit of an issue with water coming through the roof. What I'm going to do now is rip out all the headlining, which is just made of cardboard anyway, and see what the problem is. So the headlining material is entirely made of damp cardboard, so we're not anticipating much problem ripping it out, and it's definitely not worth saving.
Just, amazing. I think I found the root of the problem. What the hell are we going to do with this?
Quite a substantial hole in the roof.
Yeah. Has this been patched here before?
Yeah, that was my first attempt at MIG welding.
Was it?
Mm.
Well, it's held up.
Ago. Well, kind of, yeah. Let's have a look on the roof.
Yeah.
Don't tread on the bonnet.
A little bit of that, yeah.
So this welding, that's me, oh, what would it have been, 17 years ago?
Okay. But it's held up.
Kind of, yeah. Right in the middle it's...
Yeah, in the middle's just shot in it, but then, you know, this is all a little bit... Presumably that, well, it did have a sill around it, didn't it? But not anymore.
Yeah, so there's a gutter which is almost entirely dissolved away.
Yeah.
You can just see bits of it.
Yeah, it's going to take a bit of work, isn't it?
So I reckon we'll take the whole roof off, get it in the workshop and sort it out there.
Okay. Yeah.
So what we're going to try and do is to cut this bit here on the underneath of what used to be the gutter. We want to leave as intact as possible and try and gently cut around here and take off the roof. And then that will leave as little work as possible to do on the actual truck and as much as possible to do on the roof in the comfort of the workshop. So your practical role would be to hold this to protect the windscreen.
Okay. What's the bonnet, Mike?
Open it till I get to a spot weld and then just cut the weld to his hand using a slitted disc with a guard on it and everything. No defence against twatting. Mind your face.
Yeah. Is it a cube? So that's off to here now.
pass it to you.
Where have I got to be for
Go
that?
down to this door, passenger door, close it. Right, can you catch the front edge?
No, not yet. Yes, I can now.
Okay. Right, I've got the back edge.
Okay.
I can lower it down onto its side.
Yeah. Good. It's a summer car now. So what's the chances of being able to have a... That would be awesome though, wouldn't it?
Awesome's not going to be an issue, Mark. I'm sure plenty of awesome.
Just, you know, it could clip back up there and you... 1, 2, 3. We were right about it being heavy.
Down.
Yeah, it's a bit front heavy there.
Tell you what,
Yeah.
I think that's the most weatherproof it's been in donkey's years.
That's going to dry out in no time. That looks like one of my chicken sheds.
Right, I'm wondering if we tie it down or just put enormous weight on this move. Or just leave it. Do it again.
What's that? We keep moving it. I'm concentrating on the job in hand. I mean, that's why we need a director.
I thought you could multitask.
No,
Isn't that you telling me that?
no.
You were telling me they could multitask.
The lady, probably. Blokes can't multitask, so the ladies do.
So all the time I'm talking to you and you're on a computer or a phone, you're actually ignoring me.
Why do you think I don't remember half what you say? What were we talking about again?
I don't know.